to Break Down Your Banking, brought to you by Investors Bank. I am Bonnie Bernstein alongside a great panel of folks. We got former quarterbacks turned great broadcasters, Phil Simms and Boomer Esiason, and Investors Bank President and CEO Kevin Cummings. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. And let's talk about coaching in this segment. Based on your experiences, what style works best, Phil?
In the NFL, you're talking about a lot of men, a game that's very complicated. Tony Dungy, his style worked. Why? Because he had such a human touch to it that you didn't want to let him down. You know, that was the big thing. Oh, he cares about me so much. I don't want to let him down.
You do never.
That was his great motivator. That's why his players played so hard for him.
You know, I had a great coach. His name was Pete Carroll. I only played for him 1 year, but he was different than any coach I ever had. And it really has come down to communication skills and making you feel good about yourself when you're getting ready to play the game on Sunday. There are the yellers and screamers, but the one thing about every great leader, and I think, Kevin, you would agree with me, is that when that coach gets up there, he's setting the tone and he is setting the future prospects of your team or your company, and he either is bringing it by being prepared and being humble and delivering the message, or he's doing it the other way, where he's loud and he's large and in charge.
Well, you know, you bring up Pete Carroll. Let me ask you this. The first time around in the NFL with the Jets, with New England, not so much success.
Pete Carroll, you know what he learned from those experiences? I'm going to do it my way.
Right.
And his way is what we see now. He was acting like a head coach instead of being Pete Carroll, the head coach. So how do you do it as a CEO?
Well, you know, with Pete Carroll, sometimes your failures are your biggest opportunities. They're your biggest learning moments.
That's a great point.
Right.
And then creating a spirit of trust amongst the people that you lead. Right. That's how you get them to go the extra yard. You see it in football, you see it in baseball, basketball, and all team sports.
How do you get them to trust you, though?
You lead by example, because people do what they see and not what they hear. I think it's communication, it's creating a vision of the future, it's strategy. I mean, you know, not too many dumb guys are coaching in the NFL. Right. So you have to have the strategy first, and then you got to create the passion and the emotion that you come to play and be the best that you can be every day in practice and on the football field on Sunday.
We all get better with experience in our jobs. And so you've been on the job a long time now. What year, I mean, we always ask athletes this, when did it all, but when were you so confident you go, oh, I really do have a great feel how to do this job?
And it just clicked, the light bulb
You
went
never
on.
get there.
You never get there.
The journey is the destination. You have to be a continuous learner. Listen, you got to be a good listener. You know, we talked about communication.
Absolutely.
You have to be a good listener. What is that guy really saying? Have empathy for your employees and make a difference. You know, we want to be a different bank, a bank that makes a difference first and foremost with its employees, its customers, and the communities that we serve. It's just like Sundays in the NFL.
It's such a great point, Kevin, because as coaches, you automatically think we always have to be speaking and emoting and communicating, but sometimes such a huge part of being successful in that realm is just listening. Yep, absolutely. Great leadership thoughts from Kevin Cummings and Boomer Esiason and Phil Simms. That's all for Break Down Your Banking for now, but we have plenty more segments to go check them out. Go to Investors Bank online or their social media channels.